Hey everybody, it's Byron. This week I'm driving the 2023 Subaru Legacy Sport. This is the now turbocharged Subaru Legacy Sport. So you can get the second highest trim level and the sportiest trim level of the Legacy with a turbo engine, which is always nice. Also a few more exterior details to consider on this one. You got the red stripe here in the grille. That means it's a sport. That's what makes it sporty. We have a few more items here on the sides. You get the gray finish on the wheels. Same size, same pattern, just the gray finish is unique to the Sport. Moving down the side here, you see we have the Sport logos on the fender. This color is not unique to Sport. However, I will note that you cannot get this car in red, probably because of all the red accents. You can get red on the range topping XT, if that's what you really want. Back here, we've got more gray, as you saw on the sides. Here on the spoiler, the Sport badge there, and the dual exhaust, which tells you it's sporty. So that's what you get with the outside of this. The real story with the 2023 Legacy Sport is what's under the hood, which is that turbocharged engine. Now, this isn't new to the Legacy. You were able to get the turbocharged 2.4 in the XT Limited previously. So that much is not new. But the fact that you can now get it in the sporty model is. So with this, you get this beautiful 260 horsepower, 277 pound-feet torque from this wonderful Boxer 4. And it's paired to a sport tuned suspension, something you couldn't get previously. So really what's happening here is all underneath the metal. This is the same car from last year, just with a lot more punch. So you can get the turbo engine now in a Sport, but does that mean you still get the equipment that you would get on the XT Limited previously, or that you can still get if you buy that car now? It's several $1,000s more expensive, so let's go inside and see what the differences are. All right, so now we're inside the 2023 Subaru Legacy Sport. As you can see, it's actually pretty well equipped. It's not as well equipped as the range topping XT Limited, however, you do get a lot of equipment with this. You still get the 11.6-inch touchscreen. There's no navigation with it in this one, but all the features you get with that are included. The interior finishes on this, the seating, the floor mats with the Sport logo. This is the only way you can get the interior appointed on the Sport trim. If you want anything else, if you want leather, if you want premium audio, if you want seat position memory, or you want any of the kind of little would be nice, but maybe not core features, you need to spring for the top end model, and that'll set you back about another $5,000. And I have to tell you, unfortunately, the souvenir jacket is not included. You have to go ice racing with Subaru to get your hands on one of these. So before we move on to some of the more practical aspects of the Legacy, one little thing I want to point out, little but important. This little button right here on the steering wheel. This is something you find only on sporty Subarus. This is the SI Drive controller. So when you hit this on either one of these two toggles, you get either the normal cruising mode or you get Sport Sharp. That's not a hashtag, guys. Sure. So SI Drive is essentially Subaru's sport mode. Button has two options on it, either Sport Sharp or the regular intelligent mode. Intelligent mode adapts to the road as you're driving. There's no suspension involvement with this. It's not like the WRX GT where you get a fancy adaptive suspension that adjusts its firmness based on the settings. Nope, this just does engine throttle and transmission mapping. This does have a CVT, but it does have 8 modeled shift points that feel kind of like gears, but don't act exactly like them. Looking at this car, it's a mid-size Subaru turbo sedan, right? So it's a little bit bigger than a WRX. What do you get out of that? A bigger back seat. Let's go check it out. So one reputation that the Legacy has that we're gonna put a little effort into dispelling right now is the fact that it's kind of small compared to other mid-sized cars. Now, I'm only 5'7", so I'm not illustrating this as well as somebody like Ryswick, who's 6 feet plus. But as you can see, I'm stretched out quite nicely behind a seating position for the front passenger where someone could actually fit. In fact, someone as tall as Ryswick could probably fit up there. So as you can see, it's quite roomy. This is one of the advantages this car has over the WRX. I love the new WRX. I think that's a great car. In fact, maybe the best all-around sport compact you can buy. This takes the GT formula from WRX and just elevates it slightly. It's bigger, it's roomier, it's maybe a little quieter and a little softer of a ride. Sure, it's not as sporty, but hey, you can bring the whole family in plenty of comfort. All right, while we're on the subject of roominess, why don't we take a look inside the trunk? With all-wheel drive sedans especially, you tend to run into the issue of limited cargo volume because the trunk floor has to be higher. This has 15.1 cubic feet of trunk space, which is pretty solid, especially for a sedan with all-wheel drive. And another little handy feature you get with these, the releases for the 60/40 split folding rear seat right there. You don't have to crane your arm around the headrest or anything like that to try to reach them if you need to pop them loose while you're loading stuff in the trunk. All right, folks, that's the 2023 Subaru Legacy Sport with the new turbocharged engine. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and let us know what you think about this in the comments below.